Hi children, good morning to all. I'm very happy to say that I have received many of them has done the one word exam, and those who have done your exams very good and keep it up. So today I'll be updating your marks. Okay. Then those who did not complete your one word exam, I'm giving you one more day. You can send the answers to me. Okay, children, so today we are going to continue with our chapter 8 comparing quantities. So, in the previous session, we have learned about introduction of this chapter. Then we have learned about the new term. What are the new terms we have learned here? Discount. Then we have learned about how to find the increase percentage and how to find the decrease percentage. So, today we are going to learn about tax, sales tax or value added tax, or sometimes we'll say it is GST, right? You all nowadays we are hearing this term GST, right? So whenever you buy a thing from the shop, or when you buy a item from the online, they'll be writing their amount and GST, then total amount they'll be giving, right? So today we are going to see related to that problems. Okay, so we'll learn with real examples, real time examples. Okay, we'll take your shopping, or we'll do something related to that, then it's be easy for you to understand. Okay, so let's continue the session. So let's start. So what is the heading, children? Sales tax, or we will say that as value added tax, or goods and service tax. So goods and service tax we'll say in short form GST. Okay, so what is sales tax, children? Sales tax in short form, in problems they'll be writing it as ST. Okay, is charged by the government on the sale of an item. So there will be some tax for example, if you buy a pen, there is also tax for that pen, right? Maybe you are buying, for example, okay, you are buying a pen for 10 rupees, maybe 2 rupees is for tax. Including that only the shopkeeper will be saying the rate, right? 10 rupees. So sales tax is charged by the government. So it is a fixed rate for each item. There will be some tax that is fixed by the government. Okay, there is a, we cannot even each shopkeepers, they cannot put some tax, right? It is set by the government. For each item there is particular tax. It is collected by the shopkeeper from the customers and given to the government. So for example, uh, you are going to your shop. Okay, you are buying a bag. Okay, you are buying a bag, or you are buying a book, whatever. You are going to a stationery shop and you are buying some items. So the shopkeeper will be saying one number. For example, you are buying one book, and the price is given as rupees 30. Okay, in the 30 rupees, already the tax is added in that. Okay, 30 rupees is the price of a bag. Maybe 5 rupees is for tax. So 25 plus tax 5 rupees equal to 30. So 30 is the price of a bag. So the shopkeeper is collecting the tax from you, right? He's selling a bag for rupees 30. So in that 30, tax is also included. So he'll be collecting, for example, he has to pay the tax to the government, right? So there is a particular amount for each shops. So they have to pay according to their income. So they'll be paying back to the government. So all this money for the government they'll be getting this tax back, right? They are collecting the tax money, so that money will be used for the welfare of the people, like constructing road, bridges, then maybe government colleges, like this, something which is useful for the people, they will be spending that money. So this is therefore always on the selling price. So the tax is always on the selling price of an item. I told, right, if 30 rupees a book means, in that tax is also included of an item and is added to the value of the bill. So in some, when you can check, okay, you can, whenever you go to a margin free shop or any shop, you will be getting a bill, right? hereafter you check that. There they'll be including quantity, then item quantity, then they'll be mentioning the tax also. For example, 10 rupee pen. In the tax column, they'll be writing 2 rupees. So total, they'll be writing the 12 rupees. So 10 rupees pen, 2 rupees tax, total amount 12 rupees. So hereafter, whenever you get a bill, you just check it. There is another type of tax which is included in the price known as value added tax. There is another type of tax included in the prices known as value added tax. In some bill there we will be seeing value added tax. In some bill you will be seeing GST. So there are different types of taxes like sales tax, value added tax, goods and service tax. It is otherwise known as GST. So sales tax in short form we will be saying is ST, value added tax VAT, and goods and service tax GST. Okay, there are different types of tax for each item. So they are that in the selling price we are included. From July 1, 2017, Government of India introduced GST. So when was GST introduced? July 1, 2017. Government has introduced GST. What is the full form of GST? Goods and Service Tax, which stands for goods and service tax, which is levied on supply of goods or service or both. So this tax is for supply of goods. GST is used for supply of goods. Okay, children. So this is just an introduction of taxes. So directly going to the problem means you sometimes some don't know what is tax. So now you got an idea about tax, right? So this is just a small introduction about taxes. Now we'll see the problems. So it will be more clear. Okay, so this from these points I can ask one word question. Okay, when was GST introduced? Like that I'll be asking one word questions. Now let's see the problems. So next one, exercise 8.2, first question. A man got a 10% increase in his salary. If his new salary is 1,54,000, find his original salary. So what do you understand from this question, children? You have your rough note with you, right? So write it down. What are the given in the question? So what are the things given? One more time I'll read. A man got a 10% increase in his salary. So he got increment in his salary. What is the percentage of increment? 10%. If his new salary is 1,54,000, find his original salary. So what is the new salary? So write given new salary equal to 1,54,000. And what is an increment given in this question? 10%. Increment is 10% of his original salary. So 10% has increased from his original salary. So it is given that increment is 10% of the original salary. From original salary 10% he got increment. So whether we know the original salary, whether original salary is given in the question, it is not given, right? So what you will be writing? So let original salary be X. You can take any one variable. So let original salary be X. Next, new salary. New salary is 1,54,000. Next, increment is 10% of original salary. So now what will be the new salary, children? New salary is given. So original salary plus increment equal to new salary. Right? So how we are getting new salary? Already one old salary will be there. That salary plus increment. Here increment 10% is given. So original salary plus increment will be the new salary. Original salary plus increment equal to new salary. Original salary will take it as X plus 10% of his original salary. Increment, okay? Increment is 10%. 10% right in fraction, 10 by 100, right? Of means what? Of means into. Of original salary. What is original salary? We are taking here x, right? So 10 original salary x. This original salary plus increment 10 by 100 into x equal to new salary is 1,54,000. Now this 0 and this 0 get cancelled. So we can write x plus 1 into x, this 1 into x by 10 equal to 1,54,000. Okay. Now we have here x, here also x variable. So we have to take LCM and we have to calculate. Here no number in the denominator, so meaning is 1, right? So cross multiply 10 into x, 10x plus 1 into x. So 10 plus 1, 11. 11x by 10. Look at here. So we got here x plus 10 by 100 into x. Cancel it. You'll be getting x plus x by 10. X plus 1 into x, right? 1 into x, x by 10 equal to 1,54,000. You can also do with me, children. Now cross multiply x into 10, 10x plus 1 into x by 10 equal to 1,54,000. Now 10x plus 1, 10x plus 1x, 11x, right? 11x by 10 equal to 1,54,000. Now bring the variable to one side. X is equal to 1,54,000. So when you bring this 11 by 10 to this side, we'll write in reciprocal, right? So 1,54,000 into 10 by 11. Now 1,54,000 into 10. Just add one more 0 here. Look at here. So when you multiply 1,54,000 into 10, just 1 into 1,54,000, 1,54,000. This 0 you added. So we got here 15,40,000 divided by 11. Now divide it. 1, 5, 4. How many zeros are there? 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Divide by 11. You can also divide with me, children. 1 11s are 11. Right? Now 5 minus 1, 4. Bring this 4 down. 4 11s are 44. Right? 0. How many zeros are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you got here? So original salary is 1,40,000. So his original salary was 1,40,000 and he got 10% increment. So new salary was 1,54,000. Is it clear, children? Just first you have to take and write what are the given. Next what you want to do? Next you want to just substitute the values and you want to do the calculation. So when you're doing the calculation, be careful. Okay, children. So now let's see the next problem. Okay, next question. On Sunday, 845 people went to the zoo. On Monday, only 169 people went. What is the percentage decreases in the people visiting the zoo on Monday? So here, do you remember what you want to find here? Decreased percentage. So already we have learned a formula. What is that for decreased percentage? What is the formula, children? Do you remember decreased percentage is equal to decreased amount by original amount into 100. Do you remember this formula? Do you remember this formula, children? De Decreased percentage is equal to decreased amount divided by original amount into 100. So this is the formula already we have learned in the previous session. Now we are going to apply this formula here. So what are the things given in the question? On Sunday, 845 people went to zoo. So what you are going to write? You are going to write given. You can write solution and you can write the given items. So people went to zoo on Sunday. People went to zoo on Sunday equal to 845. People went to zoo on Sunday equal to 845. Next, what you will write? People went to zoo on Monday. People went to zoo on Monday is 116. So next, what you want to find out in this question? What is the percentage decreases in the people visiting the zoo on Monday? So some amount of people were reduced on Monday, right? Sunday 845, but Monday only 165. So it is reduced. So we want to find out decreased percentage. So first, what do you want to find out? Decreased percentage. If you want to find out, then decreased amount we should know, right? So we want to find the decrease. So people who visited on Sunday minus people who visited on Monday. So number of decreases in people is equal to the people who visited on Sunday is 845 minus people who visited on Monday is 116, and subtract it, we'll be getting the answer 676. So this is the decreased amount. This is the decreased amount, 676. So now we got decreased amount. Now we will apply this amount in the formula. So what is the formula? Decreased percentage is equal to decreased amount divided by original amount into 100. Okay. So here what is the original amount? 845 is the original amount. So Monday it is reduced, right? So what is the original amount? 845. Now write down the formula. Decreased percentage is equal to decreased amount by original amount into 100. So decreased amount, what value will be writing there? 676 divided by 845 into 100. So calculation part you have to do it. And you have to do it and you want to check whether you are getting 80% or not. So do it now. So 845 and 100 we can cancel by using 5 table. Cancel it. Cancel it and find out whether you are getting 80%. Check it, okay? So you have to do it and check whether you are getting 80% or not. Okay, is it clear, children? This is very easy, right? So in the question, it is clearly given you want to find the decrease percentage. So you want to, if you want to find a decrease percentage, first thing you want to know about the formula. So what is the formula for decrease percentage? Decrease percentage is equal to decreased amount divided by original amount into 100. Is it clear, children? So calculation part, you have to do it and check whether you are getting 80% or not. If you're not getting 80%, you can just text me. You can just take a photo and send to me. I'll find out what mistake you have done in the calculation part. Okay, children? So if every time I am doing the calculation, it won't be good. So you have to do it and check whether you are getting 80% or not. If you find any difficulty where you can't get this answer, just take a photo of your calculation part and send to me. I'll check it. Okay, children. Now let's see the next problem. Okay, next problem. A shopkeeper buys 80 articles for rupees 2,400. So he buys how many articles? 80 articles for rupees 2,400 and sells them for a profit of 16%. That means this is the cost price, right? This is a cost price 2,400, but he sells. So he brought 80 articles and he sells that 80 articles and he got profit. That means what? That means what is the meaning? The selling price is greater. That's why here he is getting profit, right? Selling price and cost price already you have learned in your smaller classes, right? Profit means, for example, you are going to a shop, you are buying a chocolate. You're buying a chocolate for 50 rupees. Cadbury's. Okay, Cadbury's chocolate you're buying for 50 rupees and you're selling to your friend for 60 rupees. You brought it for 50, you sold it for 60. So you're getting 10 rupees profit, right? Because you spent 50 rupees for buying the chocolate. So when you're giving to your friend and you're saying it is 60 rupees and he is giving you 60 rupees. So you are getting 10 rupees profit. If selling price is greater means it is profit. So take another one example. You are buying a watch. You are buying a watch for 2000 rupees. You are buying a watch for 2000 rupees and after coming to home you were looking and you didn't like the color. So you want to sell it back. So you are asking to your friend and he said I don't need this watch. But if you give it for 1000 rupees I'll buy it. So you don't have money also. So you thought, okay, I'll sell it for, it's okay, at least I'll get 1000 rupees. So you brought that watch for 2000 and you sold that watch for 1000 rupees. So it is a loss, right? You spent 2000 and you brought that watch, but you sold it for 1000. So 1000 rupees was loss. If cost price is greater than selling price, then it is loss. No wonder, children. Just recall it. That's why I said this example. So here he sells them for a profit of 16%. So profit percentage is given in the question. Find the selling price of one article. So what you want to find out? You want to find the selling price of one article. For one article, you need to find the selling price. So first you have to write given cost price of 80 articles equal to 2400. So for one article, how you will find out? 2400 divided by 80. So cost price of one article is equal to 2400 divided by 80. Cancel it. 180 say 2 8s are 16, 3 8s are 24. 3 8s are 24, right? So 30. So what is the cost of one article? 30 rupees. Okay. Cost price of one article is 30 rupees. Now, in the question, profit percentage is given. So, what is the formula to find out profit? This formulas and we will be learning in your smaller classes. So, I told right in the last page, you have to write it down. Formulas. What are the formulas you have learned? Increase percentage, profit percentage, then discount, then discount percentage. So you can write this formula also, profit also. Profit is equal to profit percentage of CP. So profit percentage, what is given in the question? 16. So 16, how you will write in fraction? 16 by 100 into, what is CP? For one article, what is the cost price? 13. The question what they are asking, selling price for one article. Selling price of one article. So cost price of one article equal to 30 rupees, right? So profit percentage is 16. So how you will write in fraction? 16 by 100 of means into cost price of one article 30. Now cancel it. Cancel it and find out the answer. Are you getting 4.8? So cancel it. then you want to divide it, right? Cancel it, divide it, and you'll be getting the answer 4.8. Check whether you are getting 4.8 or not. So here we got profit. Here we got profit. So what are the things we got here? Cost price of one article we found out 30 rupees. Then profit we have found out. Then what you want to find out? Find the selling price. Till now we didn't find the selling price. Only cost price of one article we have found out and profit we have found out, right? Next we want to find the selling price of one article. So if cost price is there and profit is there, how you will find the selling price? Selling price will be cost price plus profit. What is the formula? If if we are having CP and profit, then how you will find the selling price? This is the formula. SP is equal to, these are all the formulas what you are learning in your smaller classes. Look, all these formulas now we are using. So those who forgot these formulas, please note it down. Okay. Selling price equal to cost price plus profit. So write it down this formula also, because in some problems we'll be using it again. Selling price equal to cost price plus profit. This is one formula. Profit is equal to profit percentage of CP, and this is second formula we are using this. Okay. So selling price of one article is equal to cost price plus profit. What is cost price here, children? 30. And what is profit? 4.8. So how you will write 4.8? 4 and here 30. You can put one decimal point and add one zero, no problem. Then 4.8. Addition, right? 0 plus 8, 8. 0 plus 4, 4. Don't forget this point again. Next 3. So 34.8. 34.8 is the selling price of one article. Selling price of one article equal to 34.80 rupees. So what is the cost price of one article? 30 rupees, right? Cost price of one article is 30 rupees. This is CP. Okay. And now SP what you are getting? 34.80. So here selling price is greater, right? So it is profit. What is given in the question was correct, right? The selling and sells them for profit of 16%. Okay. So this is how we want to do the calculation. So the cost price of 80 articles is given in the question. So you want to find the cost price of one article. Next, profit percentage is given in the question. We can find profit by using the formula. Next, we want to find the selling price of one article. What is the formula? CP plus profit. So we got the selling price of one article. This is what they are asking in the question. Okay, it's clear, children. So please go through the problem. You want to just take your textbook and write down the question and do by yourself. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can check this. Okay, read the question and try to do the problems. If you have any doubt, you can check the YouTube classes. The remaining problems you'll be seeing in the next session. Okay, children, thank you. And please do and see the problems. Okay, please do it, and calculation part also do it. If you have any doubt, you can text me in WhatsApp. Okay, children, see you in the next session. Bye bye.